matter. If the Lord drew the line with our wickedness, he would have left us, forsaken us. He never would have sent us Jesus Christ. Yet still to this day, God says, you're worth it. My creation is still worth it. Knowing that all will not choose him in the end, knowing that his very creation, for whom he made in his image, for whom he made a beautiful world to enjoy, for whom he blessed, the work of his hands who are human, he knows that all will not receive him, that many will reject him, and many prefer their sin. They prefer their delusion. They prefer that matrix mindset to just living a life with him here and in eternity. He knows that, yet he still says, you're worth it. He still sent Jesus Christ. He still, after Jesus Christ came, knew many would still reject Jesus Christ. Yet the Lord still said, I'm going to give you more time. I'm going to give you more time, I'm going to give you the option to turn back to me, turn back to me, turn back. I'm going to send you people to remind you to turn back to me. I'm going to give you voices to come back to me. I'm going to give you dreams and visions. Return to me, return to me, return to me. And because we, in this day and age, there are so many distractions, and the God of this world, who is Satan, is consistently trying to put back to sleep those who believe and those who would believe back to sleep, just like those who do not believe and will not believe. He's trying to put so many back to sleep. The Lord continues to call out to us, to pour his spirit on us. He continues to contend, not with the enemy who he's overcome. The Lord has overcome the world and the enemy, but he will not overcome our free will. He's given it to us for a reason, yet he continues, he perseveres with us, for us. And he says, come back to me, turn back to me. He loves us so much, he created us for companionship, and he created Adam for companionship. Yet, sometimes the things that God does is just, they touch my heart. He created us for companionship, but even then he didn't just say, okay, now you're all mine like a bird in a cage. No, then even he said, you know what? I'll make a helpmate for you, because humans, we are made in the likeness of God. The likeness, that does not mean we are God, nor are we gods or equal. I believe it's Psalm 8 that says we're made a little lower than God. Humans, that is. And he made, and that's, we're all spirit, but we're certainly not equal to God. But he made Adam a helpmate. Why did he do that? He knew it would take time from him. He knew that, he knows that, I think it was Paul who said, like, married men and women, their focus is more of the world, in their marriage, not in an ungodly sense, but, they're married and they have other concerns. Yet, as a single man or woman, your focus is God, yet he still gave us the option. Just, it's really actually beautiful. It touches my heart. I mean, Genesis 2:7, then the Lord God formed man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. It's just a really incredible, when you really think about it, God still says we're worth it, despite all of our wickedness, despite the absolute perversity, and we're consistently trying as humans to go deeper in our sin, and yet he cries out to us, he calls out to us, he pours his spirit out on us, he sends voices to find us, he sends pastors, he sends shepherds, he sends his people. And though we reject him over and over and over, though we continue to reject him, he still says, you're worth it, you're worth it, you're worth it. Come back to me, turn back to me. Isaiah 17:7, in that day man will have regard for his maker, and his eyes will look to the Holy One of Israel. My God, that's something that humans have lost in this time, is a regard for our maker. We're so puffed up with information, yet we're like balloons with a seeming fullness, yet there is nothing therein. And the Lord still says you're worth it, though, you go the wrong way and you're full of useless information. Not everyone, of course, many follow the Lord, but in regard to those who don't, we as believers cannot be looking at those who don't believe, who haven't believed, who struggle to believe any less. If the Lord ever looked at you like that, he wouldn't have sent Jesus Christ. There is no one out here that God does not love, that he does not want and desire, that he did not create. that they would turn back to him, because we're all born in our sin nature. We're all born with our backs to him. Yet he's still consistently, he pulls to us. He calls to us. He touches us. He calls, Lord, he's, you know, he wants us to turn back to him, to be in a state that he meant us to always be in. Yet so many continue in this state of death, and they think that they're living, and it's, you know, it's heartbreaking to him, because it's not his choice. It wasn't his choice that we fell away from him. That was our choice to fall away from God. And then we were born thinking, you know, so many are born thinking this is how it's supposed to be. And then we're conditioned by a satanic world and agenda that convinces us, yes, this is how it is. And meanwhile, the Lord is there contending with our free will, that many refuse to submit to him.